Hello, peeps. So I saw on social media a couple of maybe a week ago where it was that story about the lioness that you know saved and protected a small animal after the lioness and the rest of the pride killed the baby animal's mother and ate it. This one lioness kept the baby, Antelope, and kind of nuzzled up on it and kept the rest of the pride away from it. And it looks, on the surface that uh, it was saved. And that's fine and good and all. Um, One of the comments on that post was, if only humans could be so kind. And I kind of thought to myself, what is this guy talking about? Uh, it's kind of it's kind of bizarre. Does that guy really think that the antelope survived? Like the baby antelope? Does he think it actually made it? Uh, like the pride accepted it into the group and like now it's hunting alongside them for prey? Um, and I try to remind myself the majority of posts are bots, and a bot is programmed to uh, come from whatever perspective whoever paid for the bot or created it is telling it to do. But nonetheless, it kind of got me thinking about that story. So this is the story. Did Lioness really befriend baby Antelope? Uh, Momentarily, yes. Um, I don't want to show too much of that because some people are squirmish. Um, but yeah, this is kind of temporarily. The baby antelope was saved. It was later killed and eaten. Um, but it kind of got me to thinking that saying that if only humans were so kind, uh, for some reason it just didn't sit right with me, and that's kind of what this is. We're going to be kind of talking about because I remember some time ago hearing a lady talk about when did society start. Um, and you can see these tabs up here. When did society start? And did Margaret Mead speculate about society starting? But she talked a little bit about that, where that's the key point. 15,000 years ago, they found a femur fossil. 15,000 years ago, where the leg had actually healed itself, and that supposedly is when society started. Like typically before that spot in history, if you broke your leg, you were a goner. You couldn't forage for yourself. You couldn't hunt for yourself. You're draining down the group, the resources of the group. Somebody that were completing one of those tasks would have to sit back and make sure you were safe and that you healed up. Uh, so the idea was that that started 15,000 years ago, and I don't know if you know how long this planet has been spinning, but it's been a while. But from, if that's true, 15,000 years ago, started society, started protecting the sickly, the weak, the impoverished. You got to think about like how much we've created and done in that amount of time. Like our planet right now is over 8 billion people. If humans were not kind, we could be at 4 billion tomorrow. Less than a billion a week from now. Or less. Less time to get to that number. And other things that go, and this kind of goes along the aspect that there's a lot of other things going on in our society right now that are questionable, and people are talking about how high crime is and things like that. But I believe violent crime is below, at or below 10% across the United States. And that's pretty low considering we're the third most populated country. Second largest by land mass. Like, this country's huge. And to have around 10% crime is actually significantly low. That's violent crime. That's not petty crime, property damage, things like that. But to me, it seems like, I don't know that person or bot or whatever where it's supposed to be coming from. There are places on this planet that are far worse than what we have to deal with. It's pretty nice what we have. We can, and this is United States. I don't know where you're seeing this or listening to it. But you literally hop in your car. Most people in America have their own car, transportation. Hop in your car. You go to whatever store you want to go to, buy your food, head home, have dinner. If you bought something, you gotta cook, you go home, you cook it, yada yada yada. But like, pretty chill, pretty easy to make do here. It's just, so that's why I say, like, there are places on the planet that are not that easy, but at the same time, places that are not that easy to get by usually don't have the internet to post to, social media. And so I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, this story right here, I forget, y'all can't really see my hand, so my cursor. This story right here, kind of, that's what it reminded me of whenever you said, if only humans were that kind. They are that kind. Humans are that kind. I traveled all over our country, and whenever I get somewhere, people are always friendly and communicable, cordial. If something is going wrong in my travels, like, there's people there that'll help me, and vice versa. If I see somebody that's in need, I will help them, because this is a group project, and more often than not, humans are kind. And like I say, there's some places on the planet where you might go and they're not that way. If you look different than them, if you act different than them, they're very tribal, and they may cast you out of the group. But for the most part, here in the United States, we all get along. like I say, violent crime is at or below 10%. Let me pull this to the side and then I can pull that up. Let's see. So I want to see a FBI. Let's see what we got. Well, it breaks it down into let's see, where is the average? I probably should have used, let me use the AI for that. It's actually something that they're really good at, advanced search engine. Let's see. What is the fell by that, fell by 4%. National rate, the rate of 359 violent crimes per 100,000 people was the lowest recorded in about 2 decades. Categories of violent. Oh, I guess I'll move this over so we can see it in real time. Let's see, this part right here, the lowest recorded in about 2 decades. That's significantly low for the size of our country. Fell about 4%. It was already pretty low, and it fell another 4.5%, 4.5%. Injuries were recorded in murders, manslaughters down 14.9, robbery 8.9, sexual assaults 4.2, aggravated assaults down 3. Okay. So that's kind of my point. Society is pretty kind. You think about like even nonviolent crime, and how I kind of have started looking at this recently. How many people obey road signs or stoplights or things like that? And what kind of reminded me of this is I came up to an intersection where I was in the center lane, turning left, and another car was going straight. And the lights were red. And we both stopped there and waited for the light to turn green. But there was nothing coming, and we could have just as well went straight through it. But we chose to wait for it to turn green. If I come to an intersection and it's red and I'm alone, I'd still wait for it to turn green. I don't run the red light. I assume most other people do the same. And whenever I say most other people, I'm saying, 95+% of people will obey road signs. And, it just, that's kind of how I process it. It's like, people don't, break simple laws like that actually are not affecting other people. Now if you get in a head-on collision, all that stuff, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is if you're at a stoplight or a stop sign or whatever, people still obey those laws. Society is a lot kinder than and respect the rules and boundaries than some people would like to admit. And that's all my ramble for the day. Anyway, if you stayed till the end, good job. You got a longer attention span than most. Take care.